All right, all right, all right. Let's continue this premier train. We had Will's Treasure starting out. We just left the Silver Bull 30. What's up, Bully? Now you're here with me, Frostbite. After we're done here, we're going to continue this premier train. We're going to head on through Mad Stackers, the man with the plan. From there, we're going to slide on over to GSF, hang out with Gold Sniping Farmer, visit a little bit of Pistol Packing Pilot. From there, we're going to jaunt on over and say how do you do to our brother Ringmaster Ray. And then what would it be without wrapping up the premier train with the one, the only, the fabulous Bisco and Crew.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we're back to the Peace Dollar book. Now, a little while ago, Tiger Stacker and I did a video in which we looked at Peace Dollars. He had 8.5 tubes of Peace Dollars, and I had some Peace Dollars and Morgan sitting aside, and we were going to do a trade for these. Now, they finally came in, and so we're going to be looking over these. We're going to be filling them in our spots, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about what happened during this particular trade. Now, this particular trade was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. I think this is how more stackers and numismatists can get together to do some of those items. But I'm going to be looking at these particular items. We're going to show you where they're going to fit in relation to our stack, and then kind of look at a couple things. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over here and turn on my camera for my microscope. I'm going to do this offline. I don't need to have you guys see this. This is just going to be verifying the mint mark and so on and so forth. So when I put them in my book, they are ready to go. So the first one that I have for you is going to be in 1934. Now, 1934, it's a good coin. It's nice. It's clean. It's not cleaned. It's in decent shape. And again, when I was looking at filling these, what I'm trying to do is just fill my book first and foremost. And then I'm going to, from there, I'm going to go ahead and, improve and update and change ones. Now, again, when I show you this particular trick of taking the plastic and putting it over, it's important that you don't touch the underside, right? So when you pull this out, only touch one side. Touch it in an area that you know you haven't touched. You can look at through the film, make sure there's no fingerprints or anything of that on there. There is a little piece of stuff. I just went ahead and blew that off. And then you go ahead and slide that back in, and then we're good to go. We can move on. The reason is you don't want to be touching the coins. Now, in this case, these coins are not, Gem Brilliant, BU, whatnot. But again, you still want to make sure that you don't have giant fingerprints and stuff all over them, because as you can see, these coins are in pretty good condition, and I want to make sure that I keep them that way as much as possible. So this particular coin is a 1927. So we're flipping that over. There is not a mint mark, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go ahead and come over here to my 1927. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out, set that there, flip that over here. Let's take that 1927 and stick it right there. Again, utilizing that edge, I will push those in and then slide this back in. Now, a lot of times, people will keep these out until they're done and then they'll just put them in, but I want to go ahead and do that because I'm going to be flipping back and forth and I don't want them to fall out. Now, this one is a 1922. Now, I have the 22, but this particular one was in way better shape than some of my other ones. Now, my other ones were cleaned. Now, this is a Denver, I believe. This is a Denver. Now, one of the reasons that I traded this, and you can't see this on the particular coin because, well, one reason that I traded this is because if you see the mint mark, it's a D over D. Now, you can't see that very well, but there is an RPM on this particular one. And seeing that the coin was in good shape, they go about the same amount of price. Not a big deal. We did a 1-for-1 because the 1922 that I had was really, really nice. And I just wanted to go ahead and put that in there. Now, this 1922 Philadelphia is really good looking. This is the normal relief. Obviously, you have the 1922 high relief, but the likelihood of getting that coin is slim and none. There is the 1921 high relief. I don't have that one. It's not part of my book right now, but it'll eventually become part of my book. Now, the next one I'm going to do is going to be in 1923. Now, I believe this coin to be a 1923S. Now, this coin is in really good shape. It's got a beautiful cartwheel on it. The one that I had was cleaned, so Tiger and I did a 1-for-1. Just going to validate that this is, in fact, the S Mint mark. It is, has a beautiful S Mint mark on it. This one's going to slide out. We're going to slide that one right in here. Okay. Now, one of the coolest things that we found while we were looking through was one of these. Now, I'm going to flip this over here. And it was this coin right here. Now, this coin does have a little bit of toning on it. There's a little bit of dirt on it. But again, I was more concerned about the coin itself. Now, you can't see this very well. But this is a 1928S. Now, when he first showed me this, I'm going to pull this back up and make sure that it's the S Mint mark. It is, in fact. Now, this coin is a little bit worn. But again, still an S Mint mark. So I'm going to take that 1928S and I'm going to put it right here. Now, I was really excited we were going through this. I wasn't sure if we were going to find anything like this. But finding the 1928, the really cool thing about that particular one was that before we flipped it over and saw the S Mint mark, I saw the 1928. And I was really hopeful that would have been the 1928 Philadelphia. Unfortunately, it was not. It was just the regular 28S. But even in that situation, even in that case, the coin that I traded him out was about a $40 coin. This is about a $95 or $100 coin. And so, again, we did a 4-for-1, I believe, 3 or a 4-for-1 on that particular coin. And I was really happy to get that. But again, it just filled a gap. And he is stacking for weight. He's not necessarily focused on stacking for the numismatic value. Now, he understands a little bit better that the numismatic value is very important when you're looking at this. Because when we were looking at some of these particular items, what he wasn't understanding and what he wasn't seeing is that there was a lot of potential money left on the table when he was looking through these particular items. Now, the reverse of this coin right here, which is the 1925, that's going to go right there, is kind of worn. There's not a whole lot of details around the edge. The piece is pretty flat. It's a good-looking coin. There's no issue with it whatsoever. The coin hasn't been cleaned from what I can tell. There are some toning spots on the front of it. You can see that there's a couple dark spots here and here. But the coin itself is in really good condition. So I'm going to go ahead and set that there. Now, a lot of times with some of these, they had fairly weak strikes if they were towards the later portion of their run, that particular die. This one does look like it's a weak strike. It's a really good looking coin, but it does look like it's a weak strike. Again, my concern was getting the book feel. Now, this coin is a little bit worse for wear, but I didn't have it, and this is a 1925. I believe this one to be the 1925S. It is indeed. And that's going to come over here. We're going to slide that over here, and we're going to go ahead and put that into here. Now, this one I'm not worried about because, as you can tell between the book, this one's definitely more worn than the other one. But it is a really good coin. So there were 7 coins. Now, if you guys looked at the video, if you haven't watched the video, it's going to be up here in the right-hand corner, somewhere over here, like over up in that area. When I do the video, and what you're going to be able to see is you're going to look at the information that we traded out, and then we'll be able to see kind of what I got. So there was definitely some improvements on what I got versus what he got. Now, when I'm looking at my Peace Dollar book, there are a few spots I still need. So I still need a 1924S, a 26D, a 27D, obviously the 1928. a 35, and a 35S. So I'm going to continue to look for these particular coins and work with people to, do swaps, do trades, and things of that nature. So I continue to look at and identify things for my book. The other book that I have that I've been working on, as many of you are aware, and I'm going to be continuing to work on this one, is my Ike book. Now I'm going to pull that up over here. This is my Eisenhower dollar book. And if you open this up, you'll see that there are some coins that I'm missing in this one as well, the 1972 silver clad. Now I do believe I actually have this piece. I just need to kind of go through some other areas. So I may already have that one. I'm going to need the 1974 S proof. Now I believe I've purchased this already from Joe Durbin, so I'm waiting for that one to arrive. But there are some other coins that I still need, and they're going to be the 1976 Variation 1, 76 Variation 2, 76 Proof Variation 1. I'm going to need the 78S Proof, which is going to be here. And then that's it for my Eisenhower dollars. And then I will have finished 2 books. Now I do have pretty good insight that I won't be getting the 1928 on the peace dollars for some time, but I am going to continue to be working on this book, as well as finishing up my final book, which is something that I've been working on for a very, very long time. And that is my typeset book. Now, my typeset book has been a lot of fun to put together. As you look at this, you're going to see I still need the drape bust and the coronet for the half cents. I still need a classic head large cent. You'll see that I have all my dimes, half dimes, and nickels already filled. This coin right here is the 20-cent piece. Now, I got this piece from Ringmaster Ray. I'm just waiting for it to arrive. I do need a capped bust, an 1831 to 1838 capped bust. So this is a quarter that I'm going to be doing. This one is coming in from Silver Bull 30. I know that package has been sent, so I should be receiving this one in the next few days. Really looking forward to getting that one in. And then I have this one right here, which is the capped bust reeded edge half dollar. Now I do need some of these. These are the dollar coins. These are going to be the Seated Liberty no motto, Seated Liberty with motto, and the trade dollar. Now I have this coin right here, and as I've stated before, this particular coin is in a protective holder. So I need to have some sort of circle or something indicating where I have it. So I'm going to be completing this type book, but I want to make sure that people know that this coin is in a slab. And then other than that, I have all the other commemoratives and associated other coins. Now, for those of you that are new to coin collecting, this is a really good way to put together a list of one-of-a-kind type items. So there's a couple different ways that you can get a book like this. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good way to kind of organize and store some single ones, especially if you want to protect some of your higher dollar rare varieties. Then this is a good way if you want to just keep one of each one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head on over to Mad Stacker. We're going to go check out him on the Premier Train. Thanks for joining along, coming alongside. We will catch you all later. Be well, be blessed, and as always, this is Frostbite.